Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Dr. UUT lectures. Today's lecture is how vitamin D is synthesized when our skin is exposed to the sun. In short, how our body is synthesizing vitamin D when we are actually exposing our skin to the sun. So it's very simple and easy. What I need from you guys is concentration. Just concentrate. What's happening when the light from the sun, we call that is ultraviolet light. When these ultraviolet radiations are actually targeted on the skin, on our skin, remember guys, the specific type is actually ultraviolet B, which is responsible to proceed to the synthesis of vitamin D. Well, what is happening when the light actually strikes our skin? And we must know this point that our skin is composed of several layers. The very important one that is actually the epidermis. So, in the epidermis, there is a molecule known as 7-dehydrocholesterol. This molecule is actually stimulated by the sunlight, UVB. So, vitamin D3 cholecalciferol is actually synthesized. Now, this cholecalciferol is then forwarded towards the liver. Now, this actually happened in the epidermis. What is happening in the epidermis? A molecule is actually transformed to the cholecalciferol, which is called as vitamin D3 cholecalciferol. Now, this molecule transformed in the epidermis. Because of what? Because of this ultraviolet light of the sun. What is happening next is this vitamin D3 cholecalciferol is actually moving towards the liver then. In the liver, it is transformed into 25 hydroxy vitamin D. 25 hydroxy vitamin D. Now, this is actually moving in the blood, okay? Oftentimes, when we are doing vitamin D test, so we actually check this vitamin, that is actually this form of vitamin D, that is 25 hydroxy vitamin D. Now, this is not actually the active vitamin D, okay? Still, the active vitamin is remaining. It is gonna be seen in the next step. So, what is happening is now is actually the for the process. In this process, the vitamin D is going to be synthesized at the end. What happened? First of all, molecule transformed into vitamin D3 cholecalciferol, which moved to the liver. Then in the liver, it was transformed into 25 hydroxy vitamin D, and then that moved to the kidney. Yes, this 25 hydroxy vitamin D will move to the kidney. And in the kidney, we have 125 dihydroxy vitamin D now. Now, this is the active vitamin D, which is responsible to do its job. There are several functions. Just I will tell one, two, or three, which are actually supposed to be discussed in our next lectures, the very next lecture of after this one. Well, what is the normal function of this vitamin D now? This vitamin D, which is synthesized, it is responsible to move to the intestine, from where it is supposed to absorb the calcium phosphate, and then it is supposed to regulate the level of the calcium and phosphate in the blood. As well, it is starting depositing that calcium on the bones. So that's why we say it is important for the bones health, vitamin D. So the active vitamin D is actually 125 hydroxy vitamin D, and the one that we get in the tests is in the blood test is 25 hydroxy vitamin D. Often we recommend this test, and this is how the vitamin D is synthesized when we expose our skin to the sun. I hope you got. If still you have any kind of question or confusion, feel free to ask us in the comment box, and don't forget checking the description for a little bit more about vitamin D. Thank you for watching.